All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on reincarnation, right? And answering the question why John the Baptist said that he wasn't Elijah, yet Yahweh Shai said that he was Elijah, right? So let me read this. This is John chapter 1 and verse 19. And this is the record of John, when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who art thou?" And the reason why they was asking him who he was is because they could see that he had a heavy spirit, man. So they was like, man, this guy's gotta be someone, man. This guy's gotta be someone written. This guy's gotta be somebody written in the Old Testament, man. And the thing is, like, the fact that people asked him, like, "Who art thou?" Like, he's very heavy, man. But let me carry on reading verse 20. And he confessed and denied not, but confessed, "I am not the anointed." So people thinking, is he Yahweh Shai? Right? So that's how you know that he had a heavy spirit on him, man. Because people thought that he was Yahweh Shai. Right? When people got the chance to speak to him, they saw that he had a heavy spirit on him, man. When they got the chance to speak to him. Verse 21. And they asked him what? And they asked him, "What then? Art thou Elias?" So why would priests and Levites from Jerusalem, who was heavy into the scriptures, why would they have asked John the Baptist if he was Elijah? Right? Why would they have asked him that? If reincarnation is not in the Bible, why would they have asked him that? But let's see what John said. Verse 21, and they asked him, "What then art thou Elias," which is Elijah? And he said, "I am not." Art thou that prophet? And he answered, "No." Then said they unto him, "Who art thou? What who art thou, that we may give an answer to them that sent us? What sayest thou of thyself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord, as said the prophet Isaiah," which is Isaiah. Right? So he said he's not. So that's where Christians will come in and say, "See, he's not." But let's go now to Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. "The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." So even, in fact, let me carry on reading. Let me read it again. "The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." So the spirits of places come back, the spirits of people come back, right? Verse 10, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, See, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us." Verse 11, "There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after." So even if John was Elijah, he wouldn't have known he was Elijah. So if he would have got asked if he was Elijah, his answer would have had to be no, because he wouldn't have known for certain that he was Elijah, right? Now, Yahweh Shai would know who everyone was. So let's see what Yahweh Shai said, referring to John. This is Matthew chapter 11 and verse 12. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 12. "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elijah or Elias, which is for to come. And he that have ears to hear, let him hear." Let me read verse 14 again. "And if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for to come. He that have ears to hear, let him hear." So Yahweh Shai is even that voice is still screaming through the page or screaming through the screen at everyone that reads it, even still to this day, right? If you can receive it, That was Elijah, which was for to come. That was Elijah that was written in the book of Malachi. That's for to come. That was prophesied to return back again. This is Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming and the great and dreadful day of Yahweh, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So he was prophesied in Malachi, and Yahweh Shai says that it was Elijah. So therefore it was Elijah. And if Yahweh Bar Shem Yahweh Shai wanted to send Elijah another time, he could have. So all these people are scoffing and saying that he couldn't have. Well, that's on you, because obviously you can't receive it, right? Just like the same way how you people can't receive that salvation isn't for everybody. Just like you people can't receive that God hates. Just like how you can't receive that God made evil and good. Just like how you can't receive that we're the Israelites. And just like how you can't receive that you're going to be destroyed, but at the same time you are going to receive it on earth, in the flesh. Because you people don't have faith, so the evidence is going to have to be brought right to your face. Because you can't see, you can't imagine the evidence. So the evidence is going to be brought right to your front doors, man. By the hand of the Heavenly Father. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 14. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah or Elias, which is for to come. He that have ears to hear, let him hear. So that's one occasion of him saying clear as day that John was Elijah and Elijah was John. John filled that prophecy of Malachi 4 and 5, right? But people might not want to accept that one, so let's see this. This is Matthew chapter 17 and verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scriptures that Elias must first come? Which I just read, Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Verse 11. And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not. Right? And Elias came already in a modern time too, and certain people knew him not. Right? He came already. And people can say, oh, how do you know? Why you believe in that? Well, if we can believe that it's written in the scriptures, why couldn't it have happened again? Right? Why couldn't it have happened again, man? Aren't we coming close to the day of the Lord? And even if we don't believe it in the modern time, then it's clear as day written in the scriptures. So shouldn't you believe it in the ancient time that it was written of? At least. But this is the same book that's got people walking on water, right? Got people splitting seas, got people turning water into wine. But people lose their mind that we could possibly be speaking a tongue that's from back in the times of the book of Genesis. They lose their mind at that. But they think that the Messiah is going to make a second coming. Really, they don't believe these things. Just like reincarnation shouldn't even be that big of a deal to believe, considering with Yahweh all things are possible, right? It's more likely that reincarnation exists than that any Edomites are going to be on getting into the kingdom. I know that's for sure. This is Matthew chapter 17, Matthew chapter 17 and verse 11. And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you, Elijah is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise also shall the Son of Man suffer of them. So Elijah died in a brutal way. He had his head chopped off, right? John the Baptist had his head chopped off. And also, Yahweh Shai died in a brutal way, even worse. Yahweh Shai has had the worst death ever, man. And anybody that hears about that death is always mournful, man. Even the wicked are mournful at hearing about that death. Even the people that caused Yahweh Shai to die, when you read about it, even they was mournful, man. Even they was like, afterwards, after they'd realized what they did, they had fear, man. And they knew that they'd messed up big time, man. And the revenge for those actions has been waiting for 2 days with the Lord. So it's still fresh in the Lord's mind, and it's still fresh in Yahweh Shai's mind, because they view time differently than what we do. In our minds, 2,000 years have gone by since that, right? But in their mind, 2 days have gone by. Verse 13. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. So yes, reincarnation is in the Bible. And the reason why John the Baptist said that he wasn't that he wasn't Elijah, is because Yahweh programs it into our minds to not remember the former age, to not remember the past times, and for that to be erased from our mind, and for us to live a so-called new life with the same spirit going through these particular things that we go through, right? And the reason for why he's did that, that's his knowing. Like, there's certain things that we can't just answer every single question on earth, man. Right? There's certain things that Yahweh has that are his own knowings and understandings for, right? But I think it would be safe to say that if we did know that we was the chosen, or that we was written in times past, then our pride levels would elevate through the roof, man. Right? The pride levels would be skyrocketing if we knew and understood who we are, right? So let me read that again. Matthew chapter 17 and verse 10. Matthew chapter 17 and verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elijah must first come? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, Elijah shall first come and restore all things. Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Likewise also, I don't know why I said it that way. Likewise also shall the Son of Man suffer of them. Right? Likewise also shall the Son of Man suffer of them, and he did suffer, man. Verse 13. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. So, like I said before, the reason why John didn't know that he was Elijah is because, like I read in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9, there's not a remembrance of former things, right? But Yahushua is of a higher rank. Yahushua is the number 2 spirit in the whole world, man, and he's also in the flesh. I don't want to make people think I'm not saying he's in the flesh, but he's the number 2 being of all creation, right? So he would know who somebody is more than the person himself. And I'm going to end the lesson there. Shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom.